It's Saturday night and you have nothing better to do, which can only mean one thing. It is time for Since the Last Show, the number one news segment covering everything from the heavily discussed to things we blatantly made up with your hosts, Andrew Emerson and Ben Upton. Hold on, wait a minute. What the fuck's the meaning of this? I thought we agreed that Drew and I were hosting SLS.
Oh well.
Do you guys realize how frustratingly last minute SLS already is? Yet you two have the balls to switch out the host mid-show?
Look, Austin, I knew you were excited to host SLS, but Andrew and I thought it would be a great idea to have a bit more representation in SLS.
What can two white people possibly represent?
Goblin people.
Goblin people? Okay, that's it. Get the fuck off the stage right now.
If you kick us out, you're racist against goblin people!
The goblin people aren't real, Andrew! You two just made that shit up!
I mean, you're not wrong, but... what the heck is that? Is that water?
You wish this was water? Get out! No, you two, get out! Get out! Get out! Well, now that's it, been taken care of. Hey, Drew! It's safe to come out now! The goblin people are gone!
It's Saturday night and you have nothing better to do, which can only mean one thing. It's time for Since the Last Show, the number one news segment covering everything from the already heavily discussed to things we blatantly made up with your hosts, Drew, who put the ass in assistant, Ed Blanford, and Austin. Why am I always the only one writing as us, Melina?
Well, that definitely was something.
Indeed. I think we should just get straight into the news.
Agreed. Well, I guess we should start with something recent news, like this Super Bowl.
Oh, of course. You know, I can't believe Sakurai actually did it.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Oh, you don't know? Nintendo, being the madmen that they are, just announced a new Spiders Pass for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate at the Super Bowl halftime show.
Well, that is a bold move.
Indeed. And you will not believe who the first fighter is.
Is it finally Goku?
No, it's even better. Motherfucking Rihanna!
Alright, you're fucking with me now.
What? No, I'm serious. They even show screenshots of Rihanna and her new stage, see?
I am so sorry for doubting you.
You are forgiven.
I'm sure the Rihanna's reveal was way more exciting than anything that happened during the Super Bowl itself.
Yeah, probably. To be honest, I don't really like football, so I could give less of a shit who won.
Well, to whatever team won the Super Bowl, good for you. Regardless of what internet trolls accusing your players of taking performance-enhancing drugs say otherwise.
Speaking of large living beings who may be taking some drugs,
That's seriously how we're transitioning?
the long-awaited movie Cocaine Bear has just released to theaters.
Austin, are you telling me that there's a movie about a bear that takes a shit ton of cocaine?
Yep.
And said bear goes on a murderous rampage after inducing said cocaine?
Yep.
And it's inspired by a real story from 1985?
Yep.
Finally, some real cinema.
Honestly, no multiverse bullshit or unnecessary cameos, just pure fucking stupid entertainment.
Yeah, and for those of you who do want a Cocaine Bear cinematic universe, you will be glad to know that all of our pathetic lives are technically canon.
Hey, Drew. You know what else is canon?
I don't like the way you're looking at me.
My favorite ship of all time. I am, of course, talking about Sonic X Tails. Or as the shipping community likes to call it, Suntails.
I am so confused right now.
So it has been confirmed that the former voice actor for Sonic the Hedgehog, Ryan Drummond, and the very famous popular fan voice actress for Tails, Amy Jones, have had an affair, letting the internet finally come to terms with the realization that Sonic the Hedgehog did, in fact, technically fuck Tails.
Oh. Well, that's something I didn't plan on thinking about today.
Not only that, but it has been confirmed that Ryan Drummond actually uses his Sonic voice in bed.
Well, that's disturbing.
I think it's actually romantic. I mean, just imagine him laying you on the bed, caressing your face. He leans in closely and whispers, "Oh yeah, this is happening!"
Austin, I'm going to have to ask you to move your chair slightly away from me. Well, speaking of getting fucked, everyone's favorite movie streaming platform, Netflix, is planning to crack down on password sharing. Again.
Wait. Didn't they try to do that last year, but the internet bullied them into ruining their decision?
Yes, but I guess Netflix really hates college students, as they are still trying to prevent people who live away from home to be logged out from their parents' accounts.
Man, you'd think a company that's about to go under in a saturated market would want to be more consumer-friendly. I guess not.
This new policy is being launched in Spain and Canada. But don't worry, because US citizens talked so much shit about this dumbass decision that Netflix reverted their policy in US territories, proving once again, bullying always works.
Hey Drew, you know what else is a dying platform? YouTube.
No, it's not.
I like to believe so.
Well, I don't know if this news will change your mind, but YouTube CEO Susan Wojcicki is stepping down from her position.
Finally! Maybe that means we'll finally get the dislike button back!
Are you seriously still mad about that?
Yes! I am!
Anyway, it's been confirmed that the new CEO will be Neil Mohan.
Who the fuck is Neil Mohan?
I don't know, but I personally don't have much confidence that will be any better.
Oh, come on. After everything Susan's done to YouTube, how can Neil possibly make it worse?
He's a crypto bro, Austin.
We're so fucked! Okay, you know what? Since we're on the topic of people getting replaced, I believe it's about time we brought up the elephant in the room.
You don't mean?
Oh, I mean. Ladies and gentlemen, as we all know, our Lord and Savior Paul Stewart Tribble has stepped down from being CNU's own president. And even though he'll be in our hearts as chancellor, it was only a matter of time before he got replaced.
And after searching high and low for our next president, it is finally time for us to announce that CNU's new president will be none other than William G. Kelly.
Drew?
Yes.
Did we just move from having an old white man with barely any hair as our president to an old white man with no hair?
Yes. Yes, we did.
I haven't been this disappointed since I found out my two choices for the 2020 election.
Hey! You're graduating this year. I don't get why you're complaining.
Okay, you know what? At the end of the day, he's our president, which means we'll treat him with respect and welcome him the same way we would if he was anyone else. By roasting the fucking shit out of him.
Hell yeah, President Roast!
Yo, he looks like Humpty Dumpty from Shrek.
He looks like J.K. Simmons from Whiplash.
He looks like a ridiculous quarterback.
He looks like a me you made in 2014 that's supposed to look like Voldemort.
My man can't go to the grocery because he's mistaken for a giant egg.
He looks like Dana Carey as Mr. Turtle in 2000. Oh, Mr. Clean.
Admiral Kelly? More like Admiral Megamind!
He looks like Dana Carey as Mr. Turtle in 2002's Master of Disguise.
That's such an obscure reference.
I mean, am I wrong?
No, not really.
In conclusion, the crowd goes mild.
Yeah, Colin!
Okay, we've had our fun, but it's now to get serious because Drew, we're going to war.
War? I'm not prepared for war. I'm too lanky for combat.
Whoa, you better start bulking up, my friend, because CNU Tonight is about to face their most hated foe. Our club's greatest rival. The club that will stop at nothing to tarnish our good name.
The Pre-Dental Club.
No, not the Pre-Dental Club, the Improv Club.
Oh! That was going to be my third choice.
What's going to be your second choice?
The Pre-Dental Club again.
This is serious, man. They've been talking shit about us for too long, and I believe it's about time we declare war on those bootleg, whose lines in any way want to be bastards.
I don't know, Austin. I'm kind of scared to go into conflict with another club.
Ah, don't be. This is like the fourth improv club that has been made and will probably die off in the next 2 years.
Does that mean we won the war?
We barely won those battles, my friend. The war is far from over.
But Austin, you do know that the improv club is here, right?
What?
Yeah, Garrett told me that they decided to come to the show to support us because they didn't want to start any beef.
Why wasn't I told about this? This script was written weeks ago! I take it all back, the war's over.
Well, speaking of getting into fights, CNU Tonight's former vice president, Matthew Sundquist, claims that he could beat Kermit the Frog in a 1v1 brawl.
Now, I respect Matt's confidence, but we're all wondering still. Does Matt actually have a fighting chance against Kermit the Frog? I mean, if we look at the stats, Kermit clearly hurt something.
I wouldn't take Matt's chances of winning out of the conversation just yet, because we all know Matt has always had his special pentapenis attack in hand. And I don't think Kermit can withstand all those dicks coming at him at once. Unintended.
That is true. You know what? I think the only way we could determine a winner is by asking Matt's girlfriend for her professional opinion. Hey, Christina!
What?
Can Matt beat the shit out of Kermit?
I believe in him.
Well, there you have it, folks. And with that, I believe it's about time we brought up CNU Tonight's very first sponsor.
Wait, we have a sponsor?
Yes. After 24 years of having no budget whatsoever, someone has finally noticed our talents and decided to sponsor this section of SLS.
That's amazing. Maybe we can finally print out luxury items like colored paper.
Well, you can print out all the colored paper you want, my friend, because CNU Tonight is proudly sponsored by your mom!
Got him!
Come on, did you really think we'd get any money with Cab around?
That would be even more hilarious than this bit.
Anyway, big thanks to your mom for sponsoring tonight's SLS.
In other news, the famous theorist YouTuber Matt Pat just announced that he's making a new YouTube channel.
Hey, yo.
Another theory channel? Wasn't food theory stupid enough?
Apparently not, as Matt Pat's latest channel will be none other than Style Theory.
Style theory.
Style Theory. Yes. The #1 source that breaks fashion and beauty down to a science.
That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Well, I mean, you'd probably benefit from watching the channel, Austin.
Excuse me?
I mean, no offense, but I wouldn't say that you have a very good sense of fashion.
Good sense of fashion? What's wrong with how I dress? I dress way better than you.
Didn't you wear a light blue maid outfit to our last show?
Drew, you're just mad you can't pull it off like me. And frankly, if you think my fashion sense is terrifying, then you'll definitely be scared shitless when you find out what's happening in Canada.
I'm sorry, did you just say Canada? What could be so terrifying about people who get drunk off of maple syrup and apologize all the time?
Oh no, Drew. It's not the people we should be scared of. It's their pigs.
What?
You see, according to a credible news source, Canadian pigs have grown, and I quote, incredibly intelligent. With this incredible leap in evolution, the great land of the free now faces a new threat, being the Canadian super pigs.
You got off that off The Guardian, didn't you?
Maybe.
How gullible are you? There's no way Canadian pigs could ever be a threat to the U.S.
This Justin! CNN has just reported that the Canadian super pigs have learned to fly and are launching an attack on Florida with their laser beams!
Oh no, not Florida!
I know! How could they do this to Florida? It's such an important state with so many historical landmarks, like Disney World and Disney World!
Humanity is doomed! How can we possibly defeat the super pigs?
Miss Jessen! American scientists have invented a new device to defeat the Canadian super pigs, and they are calling it a grill.
We're saved!
America is superior once again!
Isn't America just a continent, and technically Canada is connected to
You know what I mean!
Hey, do you know who else could defeat the Canadian super pigs?
A platypus?
Perry the platypus! That's right, Austin. Perry, Phineas, Ferb, and the gang are all back. A TikTok from creator Dan Povenmeier reveals that Disney has renewed Phineas and Ferb for 2 new seasons.
That is so cool. I really hope Disney does the right thing this time and let the obvious romantic tension between Buford and Baljean develop even further.
I'm sorry, what? The kids, that's disgusting.
You heard it here first, folks. CNU Tonight's very own Drew Blanford has confirmed that he hates gay relationships.
Whoa, wait. That's not what I meant. No, it's not true. You can't cancel me because I don't want to see two animated boys date.
Speaking of getting unnecessarily canceled, M&M's.
You gonna elaborate on that, or?
Oh, you haven't heard?
No, what's happening to M&M's?
Okay. So a while back, the M&M's company decided to change all the female M&M's heels to boots, like the rest of them, in order to avoid any backlash.
By who? The fashion police? The dressing legislator? Matt Pat?
No, silly. By the crazy people on Twitter who love nothing more than to cancel anything and everything. But, in an ironic turn of events, giving them all boots made everyone mad anyway, so everyone began to cancel the fucking M&M's. In response to this, the M&M's set up to start one of the dumbest marketing campaigns I've ever heard.
I'm intrigued. Go on.
So, the M&M's released the following tweet on their official Twitter account stating that the spokes candies were going to go away for a while, and they will have a new mascot that everyone will like. Maya Rudolph. The M&M's then released a series of tweets about Maya's new changes for the M&M's brand. Things like, for example, putting her face on all the candies, changing the names of the candies to mayonnaise, and changing the chocolate in the candy to freaking clan bites. This shit got so out of hand that other brands on Twitter began to post ads using the old spokes candies. My favorite one's the Snickers. This all accumulated into a Super Bowl ad that was just a fake press release and saying that the spokes candies were back.
Wow. That is dumb.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, we need to discuss the most controversial sequel of all time. Everyone is talking about it on Twitter.com as we speak. I am, of course, talking about Erection 2.
Incredible.
I know.
You know, I can't believe God finally got around to making Erection.
Indeed, but Austin, do you think it could be as good as Erection 1?
Come on, Drew. Anything's better than Erection 1.
Yeah. Well, that concludes tonight's SLS, but before we go...
Wait, hold on, Drew. I think we're missing something.
What could we be missing? We covered everything.
I don't know. I feel like we're just forgetting some news.
What type of news? Is it serious news?
No, not serious news. It's funny news, if you will.
Funny news, you say?
Yeah, funny news. It's probably nothing. Anyway, that concludes tonight's SLS, but before we go, we'll leave you with this inspirational quote from Super Mario 64.